Hi, my name is Aruna. I'm going to demonstrate Module 2 Web Development 2 that I have developed for this week. Um, so, this is the UI for the quote form that Rocket Elevators client has asked us to develop. Uh, so, the header and the footer are identical to the index page. Um, and all these buttons So all these buttons on the header section, they are redirected to the corresponding sections on the home page in the index page UI. See, if I click home, it will go to the index page home section. If I click on the services, it goes to the services. If I click on the portfolio, it goes to the featured work. If I go to the news, it goes to the news section of the index page. Clients, if I click clients, it will go to the client section. If I click on the contact, it goes to the contact us section in the home page. So this is how the header part works, and the logo remains same. And residential and this is the HTML file has been created, and this code page can be accessible through the link that is found on the home page or residential page or the commercial pages that were developed as part of module 1. If we click on the quote or get quote button anywhere on these pages, so it brings the user to this quote form page. And so there was a requirement asking us to develop a radio button or a drop down for the building type. So I have implemented the radio buttons. See, so only one building type can be selected at a time, and when selecting the corresponding building type, the fields under this radio button will be displayed on the UI. See, when I click on the commercial, the corresponding fields under the commercial as well as the tire options, the read-only labels, everything is displayed. And when I click on industrial, see the corresponding fields, number of elevators is displayed. So this is how it is displayed in the UI. And this input box accepts only positive numbers, and there has been a code change implemented not allowing the negative numbers or any other special characters or E or capital E like that. So this field will not accept any negative numbers or any other special characters. So that is the change in place. And so there are few more radio buttons here, and asking the user to select any of the tier options, standard, premium or Xcelium, like this. And if you choose the number of apartments as 250, let's say, there are 12 floors, so the elevators that are needed are 4, and this price per each elevator, installation fee and total cost, there is a math involved here. I will explain when I show you the code. So standard or premium, if you select any of these tire options, so these prices will be different. It's not same for all of the tire options, so I'll explain it later. So let's say if we choose standard, so this is the standard price of an elevator, and the installation fees is I think it's 10% of the price of for each elevator, and the total cost comes around this one, like 35,200. See, 4 8 is 32, 8,000 into 4, 32,000 plus 3,200. So everything, if you add it, it comes to 35,200. So this is the total cost for 4 elevators. So there is a math involved here. I'll be explaining it. Okay, so let's go to the code. So we are in the code page. Sure. Okay. So I want to show what is covered in code.html file, and like the doc type, meta tags and radio buttons, input groups, everything, labels, read-only fields and form validations. And this doc type HTML, it ensures the HTML5 has been used, and the CSS and fonts are loaded via this link tag. You see here, link. If you see here, I have linked a code.css file here, and the nav bar and the header. It contains the layout, and that make this HTML accessible and very structured. And there is a building type. See, these all are the header header tabs: home, services, portfolio, news, client, contact, etc. And this is the building type. Choose building type. Radio buttons, you have this residential, commercial and industrial. um, so this is the radio buttons. And price read only values, there are price read only values. User can't change the price directly because it is calculated via script. I'll show you the price, one second. The code forms have the prices and the read only fields. Yeah, this is the one. See, these are the tire options, these are the read only fields. Amount of elevators, price of each elevator. So these all are the read only labels. And bottom is footer. Okay. And there is an email for built-in validation. And the next, I have included the code.js file. So I can say this is the heart of the this code form UI, because how many ever like UI elements are present, their interactions depends on the code that is in the code.js file. Because it adds interactivity to this rocket elevators code page, and it dynamically shows or inputs, shows or hides the inputs based on the user selection. That's why here you are seeing some methods you are seeing here, right? Hide all input, hide extra options, clear all fields. Once the user changes the radio button selection, it clears the all fields. So this is the methods. And it prevents some invalid inputs. So there is an event listener setup here. So this event listener setup, so basically what it does is it detects the user interactions with building type radio buttons and tire type radio buttons and all relevant numeric inputs and etc. So it runs the calculator code. One second. Where is the calculator code? Yeah, here it is. Calculator code. So this is the calculator code portion. So each time a change happens, so these results they go live. So input validation is done by these two functions. Whatever input we are entering, see, so these two functions prevent invalid keys, prevent invalid paste, so that lets user to enter only positive integers, and so that input remains very clean numeric format. And there is hide all inputs, so it hides all building type specific input sections. It hides all the extra options. It hides the tire sections and cost summary area. And there is clear all fields function, so it resets the all the radio buttons to their default values. So these utilities are reused in many parts of the logic. Example, when switching the building types, elevator counts, calculations based on the type of building type. and there is a currency formatter. uh, Here. So this currency formatter is helpful for making the dollar values readable and properly formatted. If this currency formatter is not in place, so it just displays a numeric value. So in order to display them as a dollar value, we have to put dollar symbol in the code. For that, I have written this format currency formatter function. So this is pretty much the code.js file, but it controls, like, the entire application. Though the CSS file and the HTML file, they have all elements and the CSS changes in place, but the interactivity, like, whenever the user clicks something, what should be displayed, what should be hidden, or how it should be displayed, and what all the user is supposed to interact with, everything is determined by this JavaScript code. And there is one code.css file. Yeah, this is the code.css file, and the purpose of this file is to style the interactive code form for rocket elevators. It controls the spacing part and appearances, etc. So if you go here, see here there is a container styling. So this container styling is for the inputs, because it adds the padding, soft backgrounds, and a shadow for visual clarity, etc. And there are rounded corners and spacing. So all of these are present in the CSS file in this container styling section. Then comes to the regular input fields inside the main sections. It applies the consistent designs, like full width layout, light borders, and providing transition with focus. And here these are the containers for the read-only fields. The output fields, these sections display the calculated values, brighter um, backgrounds, etc. So this is pretty much about the module 2. And I learned the bootstrap framework, and some of the HTML tables, the elements in the HTML tables, through these exercises, these readme files. There are some exercises and questions here, and here some more questions. I learned about HTML tables, and I learned about the interpreting error messages through these JavaScript exercises. See, I have written some notes here. I have identified the error and how to fix the error I have written in this file. So this is pretty much fun, and I learned a lot of new concepts. I would like to continue going to module 3 and exploring what is in the module 3. So it's so good, and hope everyone likes this video. Thank you.